Hello and welcome to Inspired Stories. My name is Davis and today I will talk about the modern day feminism, which is corrupting the Western society on a daily basis. When I see the arguments and logics of champions of today's feminism, it feels like they have only one agenda, which is how to demonize men. Feminism, once a tool for women empowerment, today has become a tool to kill masculinity, which is the basic foundation of protection and building of a thriving social construct. In this video, we'll be discussing the role of men and women in society and the issues with modern-day feminism. It's a topic that's been debated for decades and continues to be relevant in our current social climate. Over the years, there has been a rise in feminist movements and a push for gender equality. However, somewhere along the way, this message of equality has been twisted, and instead of being an inclusive movement, it has turned into something divisive, causing a rift between men and women. In this speech, I will address the issues with modern-day feminism and the role that both men and women play in society. The role of men and women in society. Men and women have different roles to play in society, and these roles are complementary. We need to understand that men and women are not the same, and we need to stop trying to make them so. Each gender has its unique strengths, and we should celebrate these differences, not use them to pit one gender against the other. Men have traditionally been the providers and protectors of the family, and women have been the caretakers and nurturers. These roles are not mutually exclusive, and in today's society, men and women can take on both roles. However, it's essential to recognize that these roles are necessary for the proper functioning of society. What's wrong with modern-day feminism? Modern-day feminism has lost its way. Instead of being a movement for equality, it has turned into a movement that seeks to elevate women over men. This is not the message that the feminist movement was built on. Feminism is about equality, and both men and women should be able to work towards this goal. Feminism today is also about making women feel like victims. It portrays women as being oppressed by men, and this is not always the case. Women have made great strides in society, and they have proven that they are capable of doing anything that men can do. However, this doesn't mean that men should be treated unfairly. Feminism today seems to forget that men are also human beings with feelings and emotions. Men are often portrayed as the villain, and this is not fair. We need to remember that men are essential members of society, and we should not try to suppress them. The role of men in society. Men have an important role to play in society. They are fathers, sons, brothers, and friends, and they contribute to society in many ways. Men are often the providers for their families, and they play a crucial role in raising their children. However, men are often criticized for being too masculine, too aggressive, and too insensitive. We need to understand that masculinity is not a negative trait, and we should not try to suppress it. Masculinity can be a force for good in society, and we should celebrate this trait. The role of women in society. Women also have an important role to play in society. They are mothers, daughters, sisters, and friends, and they contribute to society in many ways. Women are often the caretakers and nurturers of their families, and they play a crucial role in raising their children. However, women are often criticized for being too emotional, too sensitive, and too weak. We need to understand that these traits are not negative, and we should not try to suppress them. Women have proven that they are strong and capable, and we should celebrate this strength. The role of men and women in society is complementary. We need to celebrate the differences between men and women and recognize that both genders have something unique to contribute to society. We need to remember that feminism is about equality, and both men and women should be able to work towards this goal. It is important to recognize that the goal of gender equality is not to diminish the importance of men or women, but rather to ensure that both sexes have equal opportunities and respect in society. However, modern-day feminism has deviated from this goal and instead focuses on tearing down men and glorifying women, rather than achieving true equality. For example, many feminists argue that women should receive preferential treatment in the workforce and in education, even if they are not as qualified as their male counterparts. This is not true gender equality, as it goes against the fundamental principle of meritocracy. Instead, it promotes an environment of entitlement, which ultimately harms both men and women. Furthermore, modern-day feminism often demonizes men, portraying them as the oppressors of women. This is not only unfair to men, but also untrue. The vast majority of men do not seek to oppress women, and many actively work to support gender equality. It is important to recognize that men are just as important as women in creating a more equal society. Instead of promoting gender equality, modern-day feminism often promotes a victim mentality, in which women are encouraged to blame their problems on men and the patriarchy. This mindset is counterproductive and ultimately holds women back from achieving their full potential. So, what is the solution? The solution is not to dismiss feminism entirely, but rather to redefine it. We need to shift the focus away from tearing down men and towards creating a society in which both men and women are valued and respected equally. This means promoting gender equality, not just for women, but for men as well. It means recognizing that men have their own set of challenges and issues, such as toxic masculinity and societal pressure to conform to gender roles. By acknowledging and addressing these issues, we can create a more inclusive and equitable society for everyone. In conclusion, the role of men and women in society is not to compete or tear each other down, but to work together towards a common goal of gender equality. Modern-day feminism, with its focus on victimhood, entitlement, and demonization of men, is not the solution. Instead, we need to redefine feminism to promote true gender equality and inclusivity. Only then can we create a society in which both men and women can thrive and reach their full potential,